I've been running a portrait photography business for the last 3 years now, and it took me 2 of those years to realize what type of clients I truly wanted to appeal to, and how to adjust my business to attracting the clients I wanted and to book my dream paid shoots. For those first 2 years, yes, I was making money, but it was doing all sorts of different types of jobs. I was doing wedding photography at some point, I was doing sports photography, events, street, landscape, everything like that. And then some portraits too. I always knew that I wanted to pursue portrait photography and predominantly get paid for that side of my work. And I finally made that a reality. So in this video, I want to help you do the exact same thing, make that transition from a high range jack of all trades but stressed out and broke photographer to a specialist photographer, making more money you could have never imagined. And it's the knowledge that help photographers on my program make that transition from a hobbyist jack of all trades photographer to a specialist photographer that gets booked consistently. The truth is, you don't want to be that photographer that gets paid for everything, that does every sort of different types of thing. You got wedding photography, you do events, sports, portraits, and everything like that. You want to be a specialist and get paid for one side of your photography, and hopefully that is your portrait and fashion photography if you're watching this video. Well, you won't be able to do that if you don't find out what type of clients you want to attract. So if you want to know what it looks like to be a jack of all trades photographer, because it seems nice, it seems cool, you get to do all these different types of genres and different types of photography, it seems super cool, but this is the reality of it. When I used to be that type of photographer back in 2022 and 2023, I used to market myself as an event and portrait photographer. And I used to attract a whole range of different clients. I used to attract some people for events and some people for portraits, and it seems nice on the surface of it, but all those clients were very low paying. It was very stressful because I used to get all these booking inquiries for stuff that I didn't really know if I was that good at. And when I actually did the shoots, I can never deliver a very good service because, again, I was a jack of all trades but a master of none. You've probably heard that term before, where you can do everything but you're not very good at everything. So the work that I was creating was quite lackluster, and it was just a lot of fluff, and it was a lot of like quantity over quality, so to say. And by the way, comment down below if you feel like you were that photographer, or you're still that photographer that feels like, yeah, you can do all these different types of shooting or type of stuff, but you're not really the best at everything. And that's completely fine to admit that, by the way. This is a safe space, don't worry. And then in like late 2023 and early 2024, I finally made that transition and marketed myself as only a portrait and fashion photographer. That is like my service that I give from now on. And I noticed that it worked. I was booking way more portrait shoots, and I was still getting the occasional event and stuff like that, but for the most part, I was getting inquiries about this very specific genre. And then fast forward to 2025 and beyond, I've now built up a specialist portfolio that lands me consistent clients with portraits and fashion. I'm getting paid 99% of my shoots now are portrait and fashion photography related. And they're very high paying too, because I'm attracting the high quality clients like I've always wanted to do. So how did I make this transition? So first things first, before we do anything else, make sure you market yourself as a portrait and fashion photographer. That is like your main services. That's the only thing that you do. Don't ever mention on your website or your Instagram that you also are open to events and you're open to doing sports photography too. Like, no, your portfolio speaks for itself, and you are a portrait and fashion photographer. And then from now on, you want to stick to that genre and master it. I don't want you to start by doing all these different types of things, or I want to do some street photography on the side and some events or whatever it is. No. Because you notice if you do that, if you start by still like doing street photography and random stuff like that, you are subconsciously going to make less progress in your portrait photography, because you're spreading your focus too thin, if that makes any sense. Because now you're trying to do some street photography and you're trying to build up a passion passion for that side of your photography, and then you buy more gear for it, you just put more focus towards it, and then again subconsciously you're going to make less progress in the thing that is actually going to make you money. You just want a tunnel vision now into this one genre of shooting. You can also get very minimal gear too, because you can imagine if you know that you're only going to do this side of photography, you know what gear that you need and you know what gear that you don't need. You don't need a bunch of lenses and a bunch of camera bodies, so then you can save a lot of money not having to buy all these things to accommodate for all these different types of photography. But now you can just focus on this one thing, so you can get one lens, maybe two lenses, and then one camera. That is it. And you're saving yourself a lot of money and time. And now you're actually able to master that genre too. So not just in the fact of like you get to focus on it more, but now you get to improve on it, like your technical skills of it too. And you notice that you're able to build up a portfolio and make progress at 10 times the speed. And that is exactly what I did in like 2023, 2024 onwards. I just focused on this one thing. I didn't decide to like, oh, do some events as well, do some weddings and try to do some street photography too. No, I put all of my focus into this one thing and I got amazing at it. Like for studio lighting, for example, for studio stuff, a lot of photographers, they find it very intimidating. They find studio lighting very scary and like very difficult and complicated, when matter of fact for me it is so easy and it's so simple, because again, I put all of my focus into it. I decided to really master it. How can I become better at it? I made mistakes. I did a bunch of photo shoots to learn about lighting and what each modifier does or whatever it is. And now lighting is very simple for me. I've even got to the extent where I'm able to create a whole course based around portrait lighting and how to navigate your studio lighting. By the way, if you want to check that course out, that is top link below. And look at my work. I'll put it on the screen right now. You can see it's really fucking good. Like, I'm not trying to like toot my own horn, I am a little bit, but you'd think I've been doing photography for like 10 years or something like that, when I've only been doing this for a couple of years. Like, not that long, yet my work looks extremely professional. It looks extremely high quality. And again, that is because I put all of my focus into this one genre and I wanted to master it as soon as possible. You can't do that if you want to start by doing some events and you want to do some street photography and landscape photography. Like, by all means, if you're going on holiday, if you're going on vacation and you want to take a couple of photos, that's completely fine. But you don't want to put so much focus into it where you're actually genuinely trying to improve on it, where you're actually genuinely trying to like become amazing at it. Like, don't do that. You don't waste your time trying to do that with other genres. Put all of that focus, like the technical focus and the business side of things, into this one genre. Like, yes, did I occasionally, from that transition when I made to becoming a portrait photographer, did I occasionally get booked for jobs for like events and sports and weddings? Like, of course I did, but I just did them. I didn't like try to become really good at it and buy new gear for it. I used to just do them in and out, boom, that's it, leave it alone. I'm not trying to be like, oh, how can I become a really good event photographer? Like, I've done plenty of them before. I kind of know what I'm doing. I'll just do it. That's it. Like, I'm not trying to take it, I'm not making a big deal out of it and trying to take it super seriously. I'm just doing the photos, getting the money, getting paid for it, and then moving on. So yeah, before anything else, to recap that little part here, market yourself as a specialist, become a specialist that is one genre, and don't mess around by doing all these other things in your free time. Like, the only time you should be using your camera is to take a portrait of someone. Like, I don't want you to be using your camera every now and then just for street photography. Like, no, I want you to only be using your camera when you are doing portraits and when you are doing fashion shoots, etc. And if you want to fast track your progress even more and finally turn this into your full-time career as a portrait photographer, then the Portfolio Mastery course that I have in the top link below is going to really help you out there. So check it out if you're interested. It's literally a step-by-step guide to building up a profitable portrait photography business from ground level zero with no portfolio, no client connections or anything like that, to booking your next clients. And learn about how you can turn this into a full-time career rather than just booking one shoot and that is it. Know how to build up a specialist portfolio, just like I've been able to do, to land you consistent clients. And the type of clients that you actually want to work for, that hire you and pay you a lot of money for your portrait and fashion photography specialism. Also learn about how you can make meaningful connections within the industry that could book you those shoots in the future, and how to make those connections with creatives to create your best work. Also know how to price yourself accordingly. Don't undercharge, but also don't overcharge where clients will always reject you. Like, everything that you need to know about building up this business and making it profitable, I teach within the course. It's very beginner friendly, it's intermediate friendly, it's even more advanced friendly. It's gonna be perfect for you. As long as you wanna make money and book clients as a portrait photographer, it's gonna be perfect for you. So if you wanna check that out, click the top link below to check it out. Now that we've established that you should only pursue your portrait and fashion photography and market yourself as those things, it's now time to delve a little bit deeper within that genre and go even more specific, because this is where the high quality and high paying clients is going to come from. It's now time to look into specifically what type of clients that you want to attract within that genre. Now that we've looked at, okay, you want to attract clients that want portraits and want fashion related photo shoots, we need to look at now what type of portraits do they want? What type of fashion shoots do they want to get? I was speaking to one of the photographers on my program, like I mentioned earlier, top link below. You do get a course, but it's like if you purchase, it's like an extra purchase that you can make. It's like an add-on. You get weekly calls, and obviously he did. And we're on the call together, and we were talking about his future as a photographer, and he wanted to kind of drift away from fashion related things, and he wanted to pursue more portrait and headshot related photography, which is obviously less fashion focused. And he showed me an example of what he was going for, and I thought, cool, that is great. And what I told him was, you now need to obviously just focus on that side of the genre, that side of your photography, of your portrait photography. And to start it off, you need to organize a lot of shoots with models and other people that want to match that style of shooting that you want to eventually get paid for. Everything needs to match: the styling, the themes, the concept, the location choices, etc. I even said to him, approach it without a stylist or a makeup artist, even though I say in my videos, like, get a makeup artist, get a stylist to really improve the photo shoot. If you want to attract the type of clients that just want to get headshots done and personal portraits, then you might not want to get a stylist and a makeup artist, because then for those types of shoots, you're not going to get a makeup artist and a stylist for it for the most part. So you probably want to try to replicate that as much as possible and just work with you and the model. And then I also told him, which you could probably guess, market himself as a creative headshot portrait photographer. Don't start being like, oh, I'm gonna start doing some fashion shoots also. No. If you want to truly get into this side of things, which is completely fine because you change your mind sometimes and you want to change the business strategy or whatever it is, you then want to really commit to that transition. You don't just be like, kind of like dip your toes in it and be like, okay, I might do some creative. No. You go fully into it. Dive into it full deep end and be like, okay, now I'm only a creative headshot photographer. On my Instagram, it's in the bio, it's in my website, whatever it is, this is what I offer, these are the services I offer, etc. And the reason why I told him to initially organize a bunch of free and collaborative shoots with models and normal people to build up that portfolio is because, yeah, you want to build up that portfolio in that specific genre or that specific style of shooting if you want clients to actually hire you for that. Because you can't just say, I'm a creative headshot photographer, and then you just have no proof of it. You have like no photos of it. So obviously, in those initial stages, do about 5 photo shoots, 3, 2, like a handful of photo shoots that have that style of shooting that you want to go for, and just show off to people that this is what I can create if you were to hire me. And also too, you obviously build up that experience doing that style of shooting, so when you do eventually get that paid clients, you're going to actually give them really good photos which will make them want to hire you again, or references, testimonials, etc. So if you're not like that photographer and you don't really know what type of like portrait or fashion photography you want to get into, I would say first things first, think about your dream shoot. Do you have like a dream shoot that you want to do someday? What is the type of job that you want to get hired for? And think about specific lighting techniques, the style of shooting, the types of models that you want to shoot for, the types of clients, etc. And then curate your portfolio from now on and align it to that style of shooting. Another thing that you can do if you still don't really know what to do, find out what your favorite photographers are. You probably have some favorite photographers, you might have some inspiration or whatever, and look at their work and write down, Why are they my favorite photographer? Look at your favorite project from them and just write down, like physically write down or note down whatever on your phone. What part about that shoot do you really like, that you resonate with the most? Is it the lighting? Is it the styling? Is it the poses, the compositions, the location choice, etc., the color palette, whatever it is, the color grade? Think about what you truly like from that photo shoot, and then you can kind of create it from there. Like, okay, I like the lighting is really cool here. What do I like the lighting? Okay, it's very high contrast, it's very moody, you've got the shadows, you've got the harsh highlights, whatever it is. I really like that. And I might want to do that with my own work too. Also look at your own work, what type of work that you've already created, and find out what was your favorite shoot that you've ever done and why was it your favorite shoot? Was it the lighting? Was it the styling? And for that, that's exactly what I did. I used to do a bunch of photo shoots in like 2023, 2024 that were like portrait related, and I just looked at my overall portfolio and I found out which ones do I really like. I looked at them, I really like that photo shoot, and I wrote down why I liked it. Then I also looked at photo shoots that I didn't really like, and I also wrote down why I didn't like it. And I found out, okay, the common reasoning, or the common, what you would call it, the common opinions that I have with each photo shoot is that I like this type of lighting, I like this color palette, I love to shoot against this type of backdrop or this location if it's outdoors, I like this type of model and this type of theme and concept. And then you can slowly start by doing more of those shoots that are aligned to that style of shooting that you wrote down, and slowly you can find your style and specialize in that one thing. Because this is what is going to help you book the most clients and book you the most high quality and high paying clients. Like these high paying clients and high quality clients, they look for a specialist. They look for someone who's really good at this one style of shooting. Because even if you only pursue portrait photography and fashion photography, you become really specific at that thing. If you are still very broad within that genre, and you might just be a portrait photographer, but you still have a lot of range within that genre. So you do all these different types of lighting techniques and all different types of shooting and location choices. And one minute it's in a studio, then it's outdoors, and then it's different lighting techniques and it's different color themes. And it almost feels like each photo shoot that you do is a different photographer. Clients don't like that. You think that they like that. You think that, oh, I'm showing that I'm really good at all these things. It's like, no, they want to see someone who's a specialist, someone who's really good at this one style of shooting. Again, look at my portfolio. I'll have it linked below. I'll probably put photos on the screen right now. You can see it's all very consistent. Obviously, it's a different thing every single time, but it's still very consistent with the styling, with the themes I like to go for, the lighting, etc. Because your portfolio is communicating to the clients what you are best at, what do you specialize in. And if they're looking for what you show off, they will hire you and they will pay you a lot of money compared to the photographer that does every sort of genre or even every sort of type of shooting and style. And I want to help you become the portrait photographer that lands consistent clients and quit your 9-to-5 and turn this into your full-time career. And that is why I created my course, the Portfolio Mastery course, which is top link below. I'll put the modules on the screen right now that you can see. I cover everything that you need to know about how to build up a profitable portrait photography business. You can be literally a complete beginner, nothing, you don't know nothing, no portfolio, no client or anything like that, to booking your next clients and building up a consistent and just good, high quality portfolio. Learn about pricing yourself, learn about how you can network to find connections within the industry to eventually get you more paid work. There's already people on the program that are making significant progress with just the course alone. There's someone on there with a 9-to-5 job and he still is able to book some photography shoots. He's able to book a shoot every month, every other month, and he's slowly turning this into a career. Like, it's slow, but it's going to happen. I'm not promising you that you're going to be able to quit your 9-to-5 job in like 6 months from now or something like that. But one thing I can guarantee you is your next client booking, because you don't really need to spend that much time in your photography to make significant progress. Again, you can have a 9-to-5 job, you can have a university course or college course that you have to work 10 hours a day for and like that. You're still able to pursue your photography and turn this into your career eventually. effectively. Like, I may not be these super experienced photographers that you see online that also sell courses or programs that have like 10, 20 years of experience and they make like 6 figures a year or something like that. Like, obviously I'm not those types of people, but at the end of the day, they're trying to help you turn your 5K photo shoots into a 10K photo shoot. When you don't even charge a few $100s. You're not even at that level where you can even charge a few $100s for a photo shoot. So why are you listening to them who are appealing to more people that already are advanced and already are making a lot of money from this business? Someone like me, for example. You are a beginner. You need to learn from someone like me who can teach you how to go from literally nothing to landing your next clients. So if you want to turn that into reality and book your next paid client and eventually turn this into your full-time career, create a portfolio that you're genuinely proud of, then click the top link below to check the course out. Anyway, there's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment to boost the algorithm so other photographers can see this. Click on this video right here to learn more about portrait photography. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.